Yes, it's the Coaching Habit podcast. I'm Michael Bungay-Stanier, your host. This is one of our kind of special episodes for our subscribers where we get to talk to our guests and we say, come over here and whisper in my ear. What are the resources that you go to renew, refresh, kind of where do you dip your bucket into a well of wisdom? We get access to knowledge and wisdom all the time, but most of us have a few books that we keep or some podcasts that we return to or some thought leaders that we listen to. And I'm always curious to know what are the best sources of wisdom in the world so the rest of us can learn and share and gain from them as well. And I'm speaking to Aisha Evans. She is the Senior Vice President and Chief Strategy Officer at Intel, responsible for driving Intel's long-term growth and their shift from being a PC-centric company to a data-centric company. And so really curious to know what Aisha has as her sources of wisdom. So Aisha, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here again.
Yeah, and if you were to start with your first one, a place you go to kind of get grounded, get wise, get reminded, what would that be?
First, it's home, because when I get out of control, I sort of need to be in my house. I've been known to spend the whole weekend in PJs, a couple of books, and kind of participate in my normal, everyday family life and be in an environment that feels safe and nurturing and caring to me so I could get regrounded.
Beautiful.
That's the baseline.
Yeah, I love that. Just that sense of I've created a sanctuary and I can get here and I feel safe and I can, wander around in PJs, both metaphorically and literally as a way of kind of finding yourself again.
That's exactly right, yeah.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. If there was a second place or a second resource for you?
So I have I recommend this anytime I talk to folks from a coaching standpoint. I have first there's my husband, who knows me extremely well. We know each other very well. When I'm at home, it is not Intel Corporation, as he reminds me, you're not queen of the anthill here. And he loves me, so I know that he has my best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And so he's really good sounding board, and he knows the things that I hide within myself, and he'll draw them out. Then there is what I call mentors. So these are people that it's very easy for me to have a conversation with them. Some are inside Intel, some are outside of Intel. And they are neither advocates nor supporters, but they are just people I'm very comfortable with, and I trust their thinking process. And it's fairly objective in the sense that they are not in my day-to-day soup.
Right.
Then there's advocates and supporters and sponsors. These are people who, for whatever reason, have a vested interest in me, and I trust, and they trust that they want me to do well, both professionally, but more importantly in my total life.
Yeah.
So Marshall, for example, is well-known. He is more than a coach. He's a sponsor, and he's somebody that I pick up the phone and I'm like, dude, we need to talk. I'm a little lost right now. And then there is what I call the mirrors.
Right.
And the mirrors outside of my husband, because that's also what he does. These are people who I know, whether I want to hear it or not, they will tell me the truth. With love.
Yes.
And privacy. But they'd be like, seriously, Aisha Evans? Really? You think that was ta? And so I have 3 sets of people. And for both of those, there's an internal set, so 1 or 2 people at Intel, and then a lot of people externally. And I mentioned Marshall. And internally, for example, Stacy Smith, though he's retiring from Intel, our ex-CFO, used to play that role for me. I mean, I've been in meeting with him where I was literally in tears, even though they say don't cry at work.
Yes.
And I'd be like, dude, I am miserable and this and that, or I want to kill this person and this and that. And he's like, all right, let's talk about it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
What's so wonderful about that answer, Aisha, is you've given not names so much, although some of those, but really a structure to go, look, there are different people, different types of people that you can lean into support who will have your back, who will help you see the world in a different way, who you can go, you will give me the encouragement I need regardless of how things are going. And it's a beautiful mix of kind of both head and heart support.
Yeah, thank you.
Aisha, it's been such a pleasure. The series of conversations with you has been really rich, really rewarding, and I'm grateful for me personally, but also grateful for the people who've been listening in. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And let's not make it another year before we see each other.
I'm committed to that.
Thank you. Me too.